Hello, welcome. Hello, Herndon, Virginia.
Yes, it works.
All right.
Yeah,
Welcome.
they can hear us fine. I can hear you fine.
The
But yeah,
entire city of Herndon can hear us. All right.
well, feel bad for them. But I don't, because this is Speed Gaming Live 2023. This is the Final Fantasy Randomizer tournament for this event. And before us is Sirlinkalot and Serisan in the upper bracket of the tournament. So I'm looking forward to see what happens here. As far as our flags are the same as they have been throughout the entire tournament. The only important things we need to know is that there's going to be 2 loose items in the open world, and our runners are selecting their characters. I know Saracen chose a white mage and Linkalot chose a thief, but I missed their second characters. So we'll see what they picked overall, and I did not pick
Red Mage Black Belt.
but red mage and black belt. So that'll be our runners. Should we know that the black belt's going to be a beefy boy this seed, because I didn't get all the blessings for this one, but the black belt does have 80 peach and 20 vitality, so he's going to be a beefy boy. And much to my delight, you're going to see a lot of punching.
Nice. Well, this is Siberian Bull. I'm Cross Product. We're your commentators tonight, and
Yep.
there we go. Yeah, a thief, black belt, red mage,
And
white
mage.
mage. They're all Lena. Okay. A, B, C, D. We have Impa, Mifa, Midna, and Zelda, I think, for Sirlinkalot. I wouldn't have guessed by his name that he's a fan of the Legend of Zelda series, but now I know, thanks to his character select screen.
I mean, who would have guessed?
Yeah.
All right. But our runners are pretty much set, and I guess they're waiting for the green light here to get going.
Saracen going with the traditional speedrunner naming convention.
Right.
B is for black belt, the black belt.
Right.
This is for his last name and job.
At least our white mage is used like the last time I did a commentary. We called that one dead.
Dead. Okay.
Alright.
All right, so yeah, we're starting with the bridge and the canal and some of the overworld connectors, so we have a pretty open seed from the get-go here. Although I hear the strategy is still to go into Temple of Fiends early on, and
Might as well, it's right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we have are we switching characters or just the order?
No, I think you had to reset. But either way. Okay. Alright. Okay. You guys ready?
Okay, looks like we're about to kick it off here.
And we're off. So into town we go.
All right, well,
We're
this
gonna
is
see what's
super
in our
fan.
go see in the magical shops here. Got some level 1 life
Life, wow, nice.
and lamp.
Walls,
Fire, sleep, stop.
wow. Okay.
Not very rich filled here.
Yeah, pick up a fire. I think that'll be good against some undead.
At least they got a life. Very poor right now, so we won't be buying anything in the weapons and armor shop.
Yeah, locking in that save, and we're missing some squares. All right.
So I'll take the time to hopefully get something out of these imps.
Poison. I got poison.
Poison
out of
imps.
this, Yeah.
Yeah, that seems par for the course. At least they're not death imps. All right.
Okay, Saracen already in Temple of Fiends here.
Let's see what.
Oh, ooh, went the wrong way. Missed the straight shot maze right to Garland. I don't.
We'll get there. I mean, considering how poor we are, we need to find something actually decent.
Yeah, even anything.
Opal.
All right, money.
Bit of cash.
Okay, less poor. This reminds me of Order, not Order. Reminds me of 8-Bit Theater. Like they can't find Garland. It's too great of a maze.
Right.
Oh,
I like
we're running from a solo fight here for us. Sirlinkalot taking more of a let's get some XP level up strategy, maybe some money.
Serisan being cautious, taking that save there, which I don't blame him. And now to punch. A little late along the way too.
500 gold? Alright, level 3? Let's see, might have an easier time against Garland then.
Certainly glad taking the time to get some sabers in town here.
Yeah, already dipping into the potions for Serisan, but defeats Garland.
Garland took a bit of time.
Yeah, and this will end up being 2 items in the castle, right? So a diamond.
Ourselves a diamond. And a vorpal. So the diamond's actually another name for the ruby, so that's for the ogre.
Right, it's a random gem or rock.
Yep.
Okay, I know they had fun names in here. Like sometimes you get the lute, sometimes you get the ukulele, sometimes you get the auto harp.
That's the case here.
Yeah.
But either way, it's a treat for the big boy, who we'll see later. But it'll be a little trip to the shop here for Serisan to see if he can get some decent equipment for his guys.
Yeah, now, is the ogre going to be blocking anything? Should they find the ship or floater, and will they be able to potentially bypass?
I think at some point we'll go visit him.
Okay.
One way or another, we're going to stop by. El Salts are but the tents are on the cheap.
Yeah.
This is the second time Serisan had a seat where the salts were expensive. I don't know what's...
I think Serisan might be a math whiz here. But
alright, so on our way across the bridge we go. I imagine he's going to take a save up here as he gets to the halfway
point.
Please. Meanwhile, Sirlinkalot getting their diamond. Serisan's going to take a save here and go visit Matoya real quick to see what's in her cave. How about anything decent?
Heal?
Not really.
Shield.
They can stay there. Matoya can keep her garbage. Alright. So
what do you think the brooms were doing? They were just sweeping all the junk items into the corners, and we went and dug them up.
Right. Such a pig. Alright, Serisan's in the next town here. Gonna check our shops again and see what White Magic's got for us. How about it? How about something
Harm 2, Cure 2.
Harm 2, Cure 2, so that's nice to see.
So the randomizer modifies harm so that it actually damages all enemies, but does half damage if they're not undead.
Fast for 50. So.
Wow, fast.
So that's good to see for
I think we picked up a warp too.
Yep. Good to go and into the inn, heal up a little bit, and then go smack some pirates.
Are we beefy pirates or 6 hit points?
Well, we'll find out when we cast this Fire 2.
For sure.
Fire 2 and Harm 2 should be just enough to wipe out the pack.
If even.
Yarr! Sirlinkalot has caught up to Serisan here. Also doing the same fight. And we got the rod.
Okay, so that's going to go hand in hand with the ruby to get some progress in Earth Cave.
And the housing market is terrible.
Sirlinkalot just leveled up to 5. Serisan got level 4 on the pirate fight.
Yeah. Well, taking out that group of imps beforehand mattered. So right now our runners are pretty much hand in hand right now, going to the same spots because we don't really have much in the way of traveling. So we're going to go back over the bridge to the left side of the world now.
Yeah, are we walking over to the dwarf cave? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so. I could be mistaken, but I believe so. With a couple bumps here and there. So like Doc taking the time to go back in town to probably get rid of this poison. Get some tents. Because tents are very cheap. Leave me alone. I got someplace to go. Alright, so Sirlinkalot now finally making some progress here. See what our good friends the dwarves have for us, if anything. No, stop it.
They're rich.
That's a big chunk of change right there.
Well, they were rich.
Alright. And don't have the crown.
Crown to unlock Astos fight, sure.
Yeah, so we don't have the crown for that.
Don't have the key for Elfland.
I believe we're going to
Earth.
I believe we're going to Earth. If I'm not mistaken.
They can just walk there?
I think so.
Oh, is it Marsh Cave? It's Marsh Cave, it looks like.
Oh, it's Marsh. Yep. Okay. Well, they don't have a choice because they really ain't got much else to go. It's like I said this to Serisan before. There's lightning axe. So right now we really don't have the travel to go anywhere. So hoping for some kind of progression item to come out of Marsh Cave here.
Yeah. Now, did Sirlinkalot pick up the warp spell? We saw Serisan grab that.
I'm going to assume he did.
Okay.
There's no reason not to buy that warp spell when we saw it. I mean, both our eyes had to light up just seeing that. I was like, nice.
Mm-hmm.
And there. Just need to find something that gives us some sort of progression here, anything, or at least some kind of travel, whether it be a canoe or a boat.
Sirlinkalot has reached the final Marsh Cave room.
I thought for a moment there Serisan was going to take a shot at the wolves there to get some XP, but nope.
Huh? Well, trying to harm his allies.
I mean...
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, though, menuing is rather
it's the hard
difficult.
part.
It's a very intricate part of any type of speedrun, and Randomizer is no exception. Randomizer, honestly, menuing can be a lot tougher because you have different layouts and you have to react more in the menuing than having everything prescribed.
Don't care about that spike tile. And there's a canoe. So there's some kind of movement now.
And there's a key lock chest in here, I believe, right?
3.
There's 3 key lock chests in here. Okay. Thanks. Special thanks to Icar, our tracker.
He's keeping us straight.
He's the one that should be on the mic instead of me. He knows all the stuff, but he'll keep me well informed.
Alright, so don't care about this spike tire with the fires, but Serisan's got to be a little careful because it still needs that canoe out of the box. As Serisan's taking a second dip into Marsh here. And that's a white.
Yeah, already don't like that Wraith fight. Already resetting. Yeah. Again.
You know, it's a case of, you know, do I try to run to get out of it as quick as I can, or do I reset and just try and get further along next time go?
Mm-hmm.
But these ghouls are very tempting with harm too and Hyam.
Yeah, unfortunately missing the run, but fortunately getting the level 5 here.
Sirlinkalot warping their way out of Marsh, and I think they've had enough. Yep. So with a canoe in hand, we're just getting out of here.
I just wondered how they did hold the canoe in their hand, how they carried it around.
Magic. Like any other item, just throw it in the bag.
I mean, these are Legend of Zelda characters, so they have infinite pocket space. And we have Ice 2, Temper, which works in the randomizer.
It's going to be nice for that black belt, that's for sure.
Heal 3. That Heal 3 is huge.
Yep. And one more check. There's at least 2 more shops here. 4. Fade.
Okay, that's basically this game's version of Holy, right? It's all enemies, holy damage. It's like level 8 white wizard spell.
Brack.
Yeah. Brack. Brack.
And what's in the shop here?
They hadn't invented 5 letters
Cabin.
back when this game came out.
That cabin was actually at a nice price too.
Yeah, well, super wealthy after selling that opal armor.
42.
That's one advantage of not bringing a fighter with you is plenty of armor to sell.
Oh, I think we're going to go into the inn and be on our way to our next location.
Yeah, Serisan will be happy to find the Heal 3 coming up.
Alright, so I believe... And the worst part is I don't know all the locations, directions we're going in.
That's Volcano or Crescent?
Yeah.
Crescent, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, more shopping. There's
Oh,
the
hey,
floater.
hello, floater. Okay,
Well,
I know where we're going next.
Now we can go where we can go wherever we want. That's where we can go. But let's go talk to an old man first.
Yeah, this would be where you normally get the canoe in the vanilla game. And we have
There's
the
the
crown. We can just take our airship over to Astos.
Yep, right afterwards.
Yeah, honestly, really excellent uses of tent, saving quickly, knowing when to hit that reset button if you get an encounter you don't like. Just absolutely great reaction time on every small detail when it comes to this randomizer. Seeing some good performance from the runners.
Also, the floater was in a very convenient spot. What did you say?
Yeah.
And the ship.
Do we want that?
A worthless ship.
Can we maybe put some propellers on that one too? And
Certainly push it around. But I think we'll go feed our big friend here now.
yeah, you know, the ship does have the all-important role of unlocking the number slide puzzle. So, can we make that an item location? The slide puzzle.
Katana +5. So not much behind the big guy, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We love them all the same.
And
To
the
next
Melmons. Are we heading to Earth Cave, you think, Rod? Or
I'm just gonna go visit.
yeah, this will be a quick check, assuming Astos plays nice.
He's got the crown in hand. I'll see why not.
Fire 2. Are we not strong enough to use Fade yet? Or
Probably, you might be holding on to that.
yeah, I see a 0. Okay. Okay, easy fight. We're rewarded with level 7 and slab.
The slab. Alright. That's certainly a thing.
Now we can talk to people. Serisan, I thought was about to walk into Earth Cave. Okay.
Yep, so Saracen's in Earth right now. Gonna take care of the speed bump while you're here.
I don't want to see a blue dragon at this point in the game. I don't know about you.
Nah.
Contemplating how long it'll take to reset out of that fight. missed a couple of the rolls on the run and decided, okay, I will reset.
Not long at all. All right. Both our runners now on Earth.
Is that a forced encounter tile?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks, yeah.
All right,
I know that it's where you would normally go to farm the giants.
Not liking any of this. So
Oh, look
both
at
our
this sink.
Both our runners are saying a big old nope. But Sirisan's going to stop by our good old imp.
Yeah, extended high five for a second while Sirlinkalot was flying past Astos to get the ice cave.
Yeah. All right, time for the long walk. So far, our runner's trying to find that very important item maybe to, or maybe a spike tile to really beef up that black belt of theirs.
So as far as hard required items, we need the Oxyale still, we need the Prism,
We need a lot of things
and
right now.
we have the rod. So.
That didn't turn out well for Sirlinkalot there. Alright, so Serisan got that done. Got their slab, gonna go get it transcribed themselves. These people would just get out of the way, don't they understand?
That
We're
dude.
warriors of light. We don't got time for you to stand in our way.
Yeah, I love how you just wish people away by talking to them in the randa.
So kind of
I've never seen anyone so excited to see a slab. There were several exclamation points. A slab. If it was a slab of pizza, I think I'd be down.
Maybe later.
Wow, they're getting the stun lock here. This is.
Yeah,
No, stun and stone. Oh boy, they do both.
But he got out of there. Alright, Serisan checking out the islands right now. Which is
Careful.
tip underneath, one giant in the way. There's an adamant, so that's one of our Lucy's. That's in the open world.
Okay.
So that's good to see. That's a trip back to the dwarves.
Yeah, not only that, it's just good to check that off the list.
Yep.
And once you find both of those, you can go ahead and only check the key item spots.
508. See that Aegis is nice. Coming up to a very important spike tile here, looks like.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a grind spot, though? Oh, wait, not here. But that was a mistake on my part. So we found a ribbon.
Serisan turns into the slab and gets a tail.
Oh, he can upgrade his warriors now. So... those beefy boys about to be a bit more beefier.
A lot of money in Ice Cave. Not exactly what we're looking for. Pro Ring.
Yep. Which would have been no good if we chose warrior this time around. So looking a lot at Elfwood.
Oh, wait.
And
Canal.
there's the canal.
Let me start with that.
It is what it is.
Well, I guess since that's an item location, that would... I was actually looking at the TNT on the tracker and thinking, wait, they already have the canal. What do they need the TNT for? But it's a location, so makes sense.
But Lankelot gonna go into Volcano now.
Yeah, sticking to those lava tiles to avoid encounters.
Looks like Sirisan's taking the time to do a bit of grind on the T-Rex here.
Well, half of his party will get some XP.
I think he's looking just to beef up his black belt more than anything.
Well, got it.
Cause he got the dirt nap all right.
Well, yeah.
Cause who needs magic where you can punch things hard?
I always like the idea of having a black belt and a red mage in the party together. Basically, you have somebody who costs more money than anybody, and someone who literally needs 0 gold to get to their peak strength. Rough.
Yeah, so that's not working out for Serisan, so he's dipping out.
Again, just like the menuing execution is really impressive.
It's like I can't do that. For the life of me. I need to look at what I'm trying to hit.
Right. What if they put back in buying one item at a time? Then you have all of that menu too. The shop menuing.
The chat will probably riot.
Yeah, we kind of looks like we've just been skipping magic shops. Like we got Fade, we got Life, we got Heal 3. Like, what else do we want?
Well, we wanted some kind of regression, so looks like Serisan's going to go visit the dwarves and turn in that adamant and hope for something to point him in the right direction. And that's not it. That is clearly not it. So right now, Lankelot probably on the right path here and said, all right, I might not be able to do too much, but I can get some of the exploration out of the way. Maybe find the right spike tile.
Yeah,
and get a dungeon out of the way.
And Sirlinkalot is still looking for both of the loose items,
Yeah.
not having found the item in the Dragon Islands.
Nah, we know the adamant's up there, waiting for him. But we also know the adamant is utter garbo for this seed.
Yeah. Speaking of, is there a strategy to Serisan putting off the class promotion?
I can't say for certain off the top of my head.
No. Okay, we got a shrug from our expert Jacker Iker. I know that there was some strategy around it in the vanilla game due to glitches because Black Belt got worse progression after promoting in the original NES game. But I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure along with many of the other bugs, they've been patched out with the randomizer here.
It's actually not.
Alright.
Yeah,
Well,
it's the option to make Grandmaster worse than Black Belt. All right.
Sirlinkalot's going to take the time now to go back into Earth here. Surprised he didn't finish off Volcano, but I guess with the levels in progression right now, it wasn't there yet. So
Yeah, and with the airship also, you can go where you want when you want.
Yeah. He's just taking time to check those chests to see if there's anything worth keeping. There wasn't.
Yeah, we saw Serisan shuffle the party around here. Definitely tells me that you're correct in pushing that XP into the black belt, putting him in the safe spot.
I mean, with this party setup, essentially by the end game, you're looking at having that black belt do all your damage. Punch things very hard and make them dead. That's the end goal.
Got it.
What's that, Chaos? You're gonna rule the world? Gotta be real hard with that hole in your chest.
Ah, I found the 2 gold.
This Earth dungeon's very poor.
Are these gold amounts randomized, or do they actually take the vanilla amounts from the original game and shuffle them around? So is this reminds me of the XKCD where Cue Ball's programming the random number generator and it says return 4. So I imagine like this was the Final Fantasy 1 devs. They just had a bunch of dice and just literally physically rolled dice to determine what ounce of gold to put in the chest. All right, got it.
Alright.
Procade. Now this is interesting. Serisan taking the time out to grind here. We might see him start zooming through these dungeons where Sirlinkalot's taking.
He's gotta survive. Nope.
Ooh. What the fortunate thing about having 700 tents is that you can save after each combat.
Well, I saw this last night with Saracen's race where there was a difference of doing the grind early and doing the exploration. Saracen was doing the exploration, and that was because of finding the cube in Marsh, which was a pretty much ender for Fizzle Beef. But in this case, I'm also just a firm believer, and mind you, I don't run this game, but I'm trying to learn to try and run this game. So I'm more of a firm believer of do your exploration. If you find something, you'll run into it.
Yeah, one of the things that I love about Final Fantasy Randomizer is that, I mean, our runners are excellent. They're putting on an awesome showcase for us. You don't have to be anywhere near as good as these guys to get into the rando because there are so many different settings. You can fine-tune the things how you want. If you like the idea of randomizer but don't want to, spend the time grinding or trying to strategize around combat, you can actually beef up the amount of XP that you get and gold. So
all right, deeper into Earth we go.
Yeah,
Gotta go take a look at the speed bump here and hopefully has something decent.
Yeah, we're already up to 595 health on the black, but got promoted back up to slot 2. Has enough health to survive it.
There's a bottle. So I believe that's our second Lucy, by the way.
Oh. So, you said it wasn't a loose item? Not necessarily loose. Okay. Alright. Yeah, just level 26. Are we still capped at 30 in the randomizer? 50. Okay. Or was I thinking of Mario RPG? Is this game? This game's always okay. Mario RPG, I think, is 30.
TNT. Well,
Right.
that was the Lucy, by the way, the TNT.
Okay, so each runner has found one loose item.
So TNT.
They put 12 items.
So let's talk about just this random TNT powder laying out in a chest.
In a volcano. This doesn't sound safe.
we gotta talk.
Or is this Earth Cave? I mean, I'm sorry, this isn't a volcano, but we are still in the Earth's core, so it's not much better.
Gotta talk to Lich's supervisor about this. Can't just be laying this around. Anyway, speaking of Lich, here's the speed bump.
It took some lessons from his buddy Kraken. Ink doesn't really do much if you have all magic users.
Alright, speed bump. I'm gonna need you to just bow out right now. Poison, but no poison. There we go. That's one speed bump.
I'm still wondering why Zelda changed her name to Stone.
Well, it's Stona.
Stone. Oh, that's the second level of the stone spell, right? Yeah, stone. There's stone, Stona,
But
Stonaga.
I think in some cases Stona ends up being the healing version,
Oh. Right, right.
like Poisona.
Ah.
All right, well, we got that TNT, so we're gonna go blow up a wall, and hopefully we get something good, because certainly turning the adamant didn't get us anything. And that's the chime,
That's pretty good.
so that's certainly progression.
Now that's that's confusing because a chime is like a musical instrument, but it is the actual chime and not the lute. Looks like we're gonna go ahead and turn in the chime immediately. No?
Yeah.
Oh, we missed. Okay. Semi-immediately.
Yeah, gonna go buy a few things first.
Level 41 now for Sirisan's black belt.
And I believe that is our loot.
No, that's a fish.
Well, as the Mega Man runner up here, I got other feelings about that name. Mind you, I like playing that character in Mega Man 10, but we're not here to talk about Mega Man. We're here to talk about Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
All right, so Sirlinkalot's about to find out about that tail now, and we'll see if he'll take the time to go get his promotions, because he's certainly in the area. Oh, he does.
Oh,
he does not care.
want.
He does not care about the tail.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Serisan, I believe he is ice. I care give me the thumbs up. Good job. So Sirlinkalot didn't make a lot of progression in ice when he was here earlier, so maybe he'll get a bit further with now his beefed up black belt. He's going to punch things very hard after taking the time to punch down a bunch of T-Rexes. Found the herb, so that I definitely missed that earlier.
Saw Sirlinkalot turn in the herb.
Yep.
Don't remember what was there. Was that?
It was the canal.
Ah. Right.
Alright. So Serisan, not on our side, not knowing about the chest. It's gonna find out later that there's not much left down here in ice. Well, see if Sirlinkalot takes the time to grind on the T-Rexes, because that's what Serisan pretty much did to get that black belt into working order. Finding that ribbon himself, he's happy to see that.
Yeah, Sirlinkalot distributing the XP among his party, though, unlike Serisan, who funneled it all into the black belt. Although I guess you don't want to go ahead and wipe your party and when you're in the middle of a dungeon.
No. Kind of would like to make some form of progress. So Sirlinkalot taking a stroll through the sky here, I believe.
Oh, a cap.
It's a whole lot of nothing. Alright, so Serisan now dipping their feet into the volcano here. Let's see if Sirlinkalot takes the time to take a bit of a grind on the T-Rex, much like Serisan did earlier. He'd be in much better shape than Serisan was earlier. Be a shorter grind.
Yeah, not having the level 50 black belt didn't seem to hold back Sirlinkalot very much in the volcano and Earth Cave earlier. So does being a statue prevent you from getting attacked?
Prevents you from getting attacked. It also prevents you from getting any levels.
Ah.
So.
Gotcha. Yeah, we don't need to funnel all the attack power into our heal bot, I guess.
Nope. Again, who needs heals when you got the Fist of Life?
Fists of Life.
Just buy a bunch. Just buy a bunch at the shop and just gulp them down.
A bunch of fists?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you're pretty much left and right fisting those heals just to get your health back up.
Yeah, so you basically need to buy more fists so you can hold more beer. And, okay, got it.
But you gotta be expert at it. If you drop one beer, you're out of here.
That's a party foul, I think. Yeah, we got the funnel working for Mifa here.
Yeah, so look, Sirlinkalot is definitely doing what Serisan did earlier and just using the T-Rex as the grind.
Yeah, so I wonder who is getting more favor out of the grinding then. Serisan will have the experienced black belt for more of his exploration here, but as I said, Sirlinkalot didn't seem to be held back by the fact that he had a fewer levels there.
It's hard to say at this point because while Sirlinkalot's got one of the dungeons down, Serisan has been making progress in a volcano here, but
yeah.
He'll eventually have to go back to Earth and he's going to find that TNT.
Did Sirlinkalot finish Volcano?
I don't think he did.
No? Yeah, I didn't think so either. According to our tracker, he did not.
No, he's at least dipped. He's at least dipped in the sky too, but he didn't really do much of that because I don't think he can without the cube. So it's just a matter of. But we're also just missing some key items here. Cube being one of them.
I just realized the loot. Oh, never mind. I saw the B on the tracker and I thought that was the base for the loot. And I'm like, what? Do they really have different letters on the tracker? You toggle through it to get to the. And do they have one for each letter?
That would be the bottle.
Bottle, right? Oh, that's why there's a fairy in it. Okay.
Oh, there's Volcano done for Serisan though. So I can only imagine at this point, and I could be mistaken, that a trip to Ordeals is in order. Alright, well, Serisan turning in their herb. I'm going to find the canal on the prince there, and on his face, it's like, yep, that's about in order. So we got waterfall. That's not where you put an airship. You think it would work, but you know.
Well, you need to get the hook to attach the hovercraft to the airship, and then you drop the hovercraft on that spot. Yeah.
Wrong game.
Huh?
Alright, well, anyway, Serisan definitely taking their feet back into Earth there. Meanwhile, Sirlinkalot going right back into Volcano. So, our runners are definitely following in each other's footsteps now.
Yeah, and once Sirlinkalot commits to checking out the island caves, we'll find the second loose item.
Now,
And
I will say it might favor Sirlinkalot right now, if anything, because it's got more exploration done. And it's just a short grind with that T-Rex. So I would say right now, and I'm no expert here, I would say Linkalot probably has a slight edge here.
okay, yeah, funnily, Sirlinkalot didn't need to grind as much, but it also made the grinding, also easier because
He came in tow with a few more levels than where Serisan was.
And Serisan did take a couple wipes trying to get that grind in.
But they're both still doing overall checks because they haven't found their second Lucy. We know where they are, but our runners don't. So that's why you're seeing them still checking chests. For Linkalot, I believe it would be the... now I forgot.
It was the TNT and the adamant.
Right, you're correct. It was the dwarf items.
Right.
So, with the TNT being Earth right now too. So the second Serisan sees that TNT, he's gonna be jumping for joy, and you can forget about checking any other chests for him. Which will probably flip the way this run's going right now.
Yeah. He'll be in minor item location go mode, you could call it. But you probably shouldn't. That's a mouthful. I guess those are some wooden fists punching a hole in the vampire heart. That's one way to do it.
Alright, so this is important now. That Serisan's gone.
Yeah, watch the reaction.
Past the vampire. It's not in this spot, but I believe it's on this floor. He'll find the TNT. Well, he found the bottle.
Yeah,
so
there we go.
That's nice reaction on his part. Meanwhile, Linkalot has punched the carry into oblivion, taking down, finishing Volcano.
You know, if punches are so strong, you'd think Carrie would have the upper hand. All six of them.
Yeah, Adamant and TNT were Lucy's.
There it is.
Adamant.
I was like, oh, there was
that's the look.
The first reaction.
So you can see that now. Serisan's not going to be checking any other chests going forward. He's just going to go.
I actually honestly forgot that the first one wasn't the loose item. But
answer chat. Adamant was actually up in the Dragon Isles. All right. All right.
Nobody even deserves to take a turn other than the black belt. They all wait.
Yep. Oh, so Linkalot taking a run into ordeals where I thought we were probably going to end up going to. And Serisan's going to find out something very special when he blows up this wall. That chime. Now it's all starting to come together.
Yeah. So in ordeals, what are we looking for? Oxyale, cube, maybe?
If I had to guess, we're probably hoping for the cube. But with our luck, it might end up being. I'm going to throw it out there. It's going to end up being the key.
The key. That's a Zelda 2 spray. I recognize that key.
But we're really hoping to see a cube here.
Yeah.
We also need the Oxyel so then we can go underwater. And Serisan seeing that loot, very happy about that. And it's the crystal, actually.
Saracen's loot was a loot.
Not that kind of loot.
Not that kind of bass.
Yeah, the adamant was actually was garbage, so it's not really necessary. Alright, so let's see where Sirlinkalot ends up going to now. I actually don't really know where we really need to go, but he does. Oh, he's going to turn into Crystal, that's right. Because we got to go to Matoya here.
You were basically right.
Look, the key was in route.
Yeah.
I just put it in the wrong spot. Alright, so I'm going to go open up some doors now. That's probably going to lead us to the cube now, isn't it? Or the Oxyel, one of those two. Pick your poison, folks.
Oxyel sounds poisonous.
So Serisan. So right now, I definitely say Sirlinkalot has a slight edge. There's the Oxyel over Serisan, because right now Serisan's trailing in Sirlinkalot's footsteps right now.
For sure, I think Sirlinkalot's ahead right now. However, without the second loose item knowledge. So you're gonna see Sirlinkalot picking up all of the chests here.
Yeah, he's probably hoping to find. He's looking to find that cube right now.
And obviously, once he does find the cube, then he won't have to check any chests anymore.
Well, it wasn't there, that's for sure. How about in the castle?
The dwarf castle. I feel like I saw Serisan think for a second, like, is it worth getting back in the ship to avoid one encounter tile?
A lot of money there, so that's where we go. Nope.
Yeah, and Serisan just picking up time in Corneria Castle because he only has to look at one chest instead of 6.
Looks like Sirlinkalot's gonna go get his promotion. Oh, he's gonna find.
Oh, this is gonna be it.
This is bad. He's gonna find out. He's gonna find that adamant here in a moment, and he's gonna make that trip back to the dwarf cave.
It's bad, but at the same time, it's gonna mean not checking these minor locations anymore.
Yeah. But at the same time, Serisan's already done that check. So.
But once he does finally turn in that adamant, it's going to put both runners on the same track, and it'll give us a more clear picture of who's in the lead here.
So folks, in reality, this is actually a much tighter race than we think it is. So we're going to go visit Bubbles in the waterfall here. Serisan's definitely trying to find that cube before he finishes off this seed. Before even taking a dip into either sky or water, I should say. Yep. Sirlinkalot finding out the annoying news about the adamant. And yep, going to be following in Serisan's footsteps right now into the waterfall.
Yeah, so Serisan already well ahead in the waterfall, and I think well ahead in black belt levels, or they're pretty close. They're both capped at 999 HP, so hard to see until they bring the menu up.
Oh. Doesn't matter. HP means nothing when I got to these fists.
Yeah, and that's the final item, the cube.
Yep, so we found our cube in the waterfall here. So Serisan's just going to go now. Talk to the lady and jump in the sub, and then down below we go. And we're not even going to check anything. We're going straight to Kraken.
Alright, Sirlinkalot getting cube, and we'll also be heading to the water temple.
Yeah, because it's right here, so
Yeah.
no sense of going out of the way for another temple when you're close to one right here.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much he's of the same mindset. But he's still very far behind. I don't want to say very far behind, but he's far behind enough right now, Serisan.
Well, once Serisan takes out Kraken, we'll take a look at the timer and we'll see. Get a differential on this split here.
Got a spot for his casters.
Yeah,
Hopefully
fast.
hopefully getting a fast out for his
What,
punch.
or does it matter?
No.
All right, so it's about 53:19 once we left the level up screen.
Yeah, we'll call it 53:20 on out. Warp it out.
53:20. Okay.
Get a nice round number up there. So off to Sky for Serisan next.
Yeah, I think Serisan skipped the chime checks, right?
I believe so.
So yeah, I think that's where a lot of this time difference is right now, just skipping the first half of this tower.
Yeah, because Sirlinkalot came in here earlier hoping to find the other Lucy, but didn't find it at all. For Serisan, it's just a straight shot going up the.
Yeah, so it was about 1 minute.
About
Yeah.
a minute, yeah. So we're talking about a minute difference between our runners right now. With Serisan not having made the early trip that Sirlinkalot made here in the Sky Temple. So it's straight up the up into the sky we go for Serisan.
Getting some rough encounters for Serisan here without a ton of a lead, honestly.
Yeah. But, you know, all the encounters Saracens have, Sirlinkalot's most likely going to run into a few himself along the way.
So what do we, is there a war mech in this game?
We're about to find out if it's on the bridge here. Certainly saw it the other day.
Yeah, we got Fade here. It's a little rough. Honestly, the boss probably the least dangerous fight in this place.
We just want to get some pin cushions out there. We didn't see the Lord Robo Chicken, but we are seeing Tia 1 for the first time, and hopefully, get that fast off on the black belt and punch, dead.
56-11 on the kill.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sirlinkalot definitely gets caught up as he's on the bridge. So
Yeah.
definitely having fewer encounters coming up Sky here. But we're on our way to Temple of Fiends revisit. Serisan the first to jump in at 56:43, and back in time we go. And take on speed bump 2.
It's about 56:56. So Sirlinkalot about 45 seconds behind now. Gained 15 seconds in the tower in Sky.
Yep.
Is it going to be enough?
Speed bump out the way. Carry next. One punch. One punch.
Man.
There we go. Good job, Thief. You did your job exactly what we expected to do. Die. All right, 2 punches for the Kraken. Sirlinkalot now in Temple Fiends. Essentially three boss fights behind. Serisan taking on Tia 2.
Yeah, kind of sync on the kills there. 2 fights ahead for Serisan.
Two punches for Tia. Down it goes.
And Chaos coming up here. Honestly, just what a race. Very tight, within a minute. But
certain decisions just end up working out.
Yeah. Oh. Ineffective.
Well, not gonna get that temper. Not gonna get that fast on for Chaos here. So just gonna fire some fades and get some punches in. Hopefully take down Chaos here before Sirlinkalot starts their fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long this fight's going to go, and we'll see if Sirlinkalot's able to get the buffs out.
He's getting a heal in, but Sirlinkalot's starting their Chaos fight now.
Oh, that is
there
very nice.
GG's for Serisan.
Wow.
Finishing at, we'll call it, what, 59.05? I don't know. Sirlinkalot right behind him, though. Really not too much of this. A very, very tight close
There you go. You see the difference.
There we go.
Difference between getting fast.
like 15 seconds.
Wow, incredible.
We'll just call it 15 seconds. A really great race between
GG.
Serisan and Linkalot. All right, so you scoot over because we'll put our runners in between us. Very close race, fellas.
Yeah, Sirlinkalot representing the original Speed Gaming Live t-shirt with the Final Fantasy theme. The original 2020 Speed Gaming Live, I meant.
So.
GG, that says it.
A lot of similarities to your previous race there, where this time you had the early grind compared to Sirlinkalot, and Sirlinkalot did the exploration earlier. But the main thing is, I don't know, really don't know what to say. The main thing is how tight this race ended up being compared to what we were thinking earlier as it was going on. What did you think about this seed overall?
I'm going to be honest. The first and foremost thought was I was very confused around Dwarf Cave because I thought that somehow I didn't talk to Princess because I saw the canal was not there. And I was like, I got something, and it wasn't something that landed in my items. And it took me until I got to Elf after doing Marsh to realize, oh, yeah, it was that Vorpal I sold. Oh, yeah.
No.
T-Rex grind was hard to get off the ground, and once it was there, it was fine. And from there, I was just like, I'm behind. I know I'm behind. How am I even still in this race?
Yeah, I think that really what it was is finding the 2 loose items a little bit faster allowed you to cut out a lot of the checks that Sirlinkalot had already done earlier on.
You didn't find the one in Cardia, huh?
No, I found it.
Oh.
But it was like last location other than waterfall.
It led to the
Or
power
in
bonk.
C. Yeah, I know. I went and checked it right away. I'm like, do I need to do waterfall or not? But
Yeah.
I was kicking myself the whole time because I accidentally reset after getting canoe. I got out, I saved, and the wire hit my finger,
Oh.
and I hit the reset before I actually saved out of marsh. So that was.
We saw you go back in there.
Yeah,
I think we
that's
kind of missed what exactly happened.
Yep, I hit my tent, I hit A, and then the wire got in my way and it made me hit the button again. And it reset out, so I had to go back in and grab canoe. That's what I was worried about. I'm like, if this is a close race, and that's what decided, I'm like, I'm gonna feel really bad. And as soon as he raised his hand, I'm just like, first turn on chaos, and yep, that was the mistake. So
It sucks to win a race by that, but man, live racing is just unpredictable sometimes, and the venue can be a challenge.
Yeah, it was an impressive run though overall. I was commenting on how good the menuing was. Just even throwing out potions between battles. It's just, it's really every little detail of the randomizer and every bit of execution and the minutia. Definitely showing a lot of skill on that front from both runners and put on a good show.
yeah, I'm glad we put on a good show.
So what did you grind on? Did you get the T-Rexes
Yeah, I
too?
found the T-Rex.
Yeah.
I was already 15, so it didn't actually take me out. I had my white mage stoned.
Oh,
Because it
good.
got stoned early, I'm just like, I don't really need the white mage right now. I'm just going to keep it stoned just in case. That way I could, if I found a grind, I could soft the inside a dungeon, I could soft, res, and then just warp out with the red mage. But yeah, I found the T-Rex. I'm like, all right, we'll see. And I did a couple where I just took it with like ice 2s and punches and thief. And it's like, okay, it's good enough. And then I got it to 21. I'm just like, oh, I'm like 2 rounding. I'm like, okay. It's like, should I just go to 32? I was just like, no, with that mistake, I kind of need to hope something potentially happens. So I was like, I'm taking it to 42. That way it's like nothing, I've got fast, nothing standing in my way at that point. Like it's literally get to 42, find the potential to loose if I need it. If I don't, just hit incentives and go. And
Yeah,
It was a little tricky for me to get the grind off the ground. I was starting it at like level 7, and
yeah, that might make it difficult.
yeah, actually no, it was 5 because I didn't have any fade charges yet. I only had harm 2 and fire 2.
yeah, and Sirlinkalot was on a tear toward the end of that run. I was keeping track of the time. Coming out of Kraken, you were a minute ahead. Coming out of Tiamat, you were 45 seconds ahead, and just there was a lot of encounter RNG. You got some really rough encounters, and Sirlinkalot was blazing through it. And then Sirlinkalot also was able to get the buffs off in the Chaos fight, which his Chaos fight was lightning fast.
All my fiend fights were like, most of my fiend fights went either my thief or white mage wait, red mage fast, black belt punch. It's like, all right, dead. The only thing that like Tiamat lasted 2 rounds and Kraken got nuke off.
I didn't see the nuke, but Chaos led with Bane took out my red mage, so I didn't get fast. So I had to power bonk twice before I could finish out.
My red mage had my red.
Oh, I had it on the white. That would have made a difference.
Yeah, I was like, my white mage is just there. It's happy to be alive again, not a statue.
Sort of alive.
Well, it wasn't a statue anymore.
Yeah.
So.
The lawn gnomes are very important, and sometimes you let them free.
Okay, well said. All right, so what's next for you for next race?
That is an excellent question.
You've got Luffy.
I did have it pulled up here. Give me a second here.
Do I for sure have Luffy? I think so,
Pretty
yeah.
sure. And then I have whoever
Yeah.
won between Darkmoon and Danny. I don't know who won that.
Looks like Danny
I'll
won.
have to go look.
Really?
Or somebody can go look.
Son of. So
Okay, so
she
Danny.
did.
Okay,
Wow.
so I'm racing Danny then.
Okay, well,
So
good
I'll
luck
be
to you.
sometime tomorrow.
Good luck to you both on your next matches. Any final comments or anything regarding this seed or the event in general that you want to throw out there?
I was terrified to go up against you, and I'm glad it was as close as it was.
Yeah, well, I'll run the losers bracket, so now you beat Luffy, and I'll just meet you in the finals, and then we got to do it again.
All right, cool. Thank you again very much to Iker for not only tracking, but explaining some of the mechanics as we went along there. Excellent.
We did a lot of guessing, but he anchored for us. He
Yeah.
did some good guesses, though, I like to think.
Yeah, and I've been cross-product, joined by Siberian Bull there, and I'll let him have the final word and close us out here.
The final word, we're out of here.
Oh, all right then.
No, but yeah, thanks everyone for joining us here. There's still a lot going on here at Speed Gaming Live. Like for instance, in a few minutes, I gotta go race him in Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer.
Yeah, good luck.
And then
Y'all on broadcast for that?
I don't know yet.
We're not scheduled yet.
Okay.
The sign-ups closed at 6 p.m. We're in Eastern time, obviously. At 6 p.m.
It's 6 p.m. It's 30 now. So.
Okay, so I think Pro A actually just closed the bracket. Do we have a sixth runner in that tournament,
Nope.
or is it just the 5 of us? So yeah, we're basically kind of like the wild card seed to get into the bracket,
Yep.
and we still need to schedule that race, which will probably be tonight.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thank you all very much, and we'll see you soon here at Speed Gaming Live in Herndon, Virginia. Thank you.
Yeah.